Yo, what up, party people? So here's some interesting thoughts. We're talking about communication here, right? And then we can also, in the same breath, be talking about miscommunication, interpretation, misinterpretation, all of those things, right? But here's an idea. I have a lot of ideas actually surrounding this subject, but let's just say somebody says something and they say it. They've already said it. They expressed it. Could be their feeling or their perspective or something. And once they say it, what you don't say to them is, oh, you shouldn't say that. Well, they already said it. It's already been said. Now, unless what they're speaking is a complete lie, and you know it's a lie and it's just a straight falsehood, then yeah, tell them, hey, don't say that shit, that's a lie, right? Or if they're saying something that's just completely racist, you know, or completely, demeaning to someone, you know, like verbal violence. Otherwise, let people speak their fucking minds. If it ruffles your feathers, then that means that you probably have a problem, and that whatever they're saying is kind of shining a light on maybe some issues that you might have. Probably. I don't know. Maybe. But, speaking for myself, right? I say a lot of things. I'm always constantly expressing things. You know, my creative channel, my expressive channel is always expressing a lot of things. So it's the same expression at work. It's the same muscle at work. It's the same voice. So, if I use my voice to say a number of things that you like or that you agree with or that make you feel good, and then all of a sudden I use the same voice to say something that gets you a little tight or whatever, you don't have to like it. You don't have to agree with it. You could choose to not listen to it. You could choose to not partake, but you don't try and shut me up because it's the same voice. So, either you support me, or you support someone to express themselves and to speak their truth, because it's the same flow. I'm always communicating. So it's the same line of communication that comes through. If I say something that's a little raw, or that addresses negativity, negative realities, negative people, just negativity, and I make a statement about it, it's coming from the same voice that is constantly providing solutions, thinking outside of the box, and presenting different options. So either you support this voice or you don't. You don't tell me to shut up. I won't shut up. But yeah, hey, I'm just it's all just food for thought, and really I think it speaks a lot to the conditioning in our planet, because I understand where that energy comes from. When we're looking at oppression, right? Just like Public Enemy said, our freedom of speech is freedom of death. So there's hundreds, maybe centuries worth of trauma surrounding the actual act of freedom of speech. We come from lineages of people, and it's stored in our collective memory of seeing people that we love lose their lives or be punished for speaking the truth. So that's where a lot of the new age sentiment comes from, although it's constructive. Look, there's nothing wrong like When you think about taking the higher road, like sometimes you do got to take the higher road and ignore stuff and move along, you know, mind your business. That's true. That's not a bad thing to do when it's the right thing to do. Is it always the right thing to do? No. That's why there's many pages to the book of life. And then if we're talking about the art of war, there's many pages to the art of war, right? So I'm a spiritual warrior. I'm a practice my rights, my freedom of speech, my freedom of expression, you know. And if something's on my mind, I'm gonna express that shit, whether it's, you know, through song, video, or if I'm gonna say it. So on that note, I think that I've expressed what needs to be expressed. Funny enough, you got a bunch of people out here protesting on the street, so they're confronting things that are negative, you know, they need to get that out of them, else they wouldn't be at peace. See what I'm saying? It's a part of being able to express yourself and to actually create peace is to express your grievances. You know, it's constructive to do so. Not doing so creates issues. You know, it makes that thing, that unacknowledged, shadowy thing, harder to face when it's time to face it. And you know, I think that it's important too that if we're looking at our life and we're trying to get ahead, that we should understand the mechanics of what's against us. So if you're hitting walls, if you're hitting some blockages, or if you have enemies who are trying to stop you, who are trying to get in your way, whatever it is, you should understand your enemy. You should understand the blockage. You should address it. You should understand its mechanics, its ins and outs, especially if it's something that's continuing to hinder you. That way, you're not just sitting there like happy-go-lucky, like, oh, I'm just going to keep running up against the wall and ignore it, and as long as I stay positive. No, you should understand what you're up against, and you should acknowledge it, and you should address it. That's constructive. So, anyways, peace and blessings, party people. Funk what you heard.